Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are here for week 19 of Roxy's weekly challenge. I was filming earlier and I had this challenge on silent and I was just kind of like watching it, not really. And I'm like, looks like she's making clusters, sort of. Hmm. I'm like, I'm gonna have to rewatch that with sound on. Do I know for sure really what she's doing? She was making clusters. She's making neutral clusters. Now, if you've seen my channel, if you've been watching from the beginning, you probably know neutral is my thing. I prefer to work in neutrals um, because then you can use it on just about anything. I'm going to save this part of the paper for covering tags and stuff. Um, Same with this piece. So that gives me two pieces to work with. And let's go this way. I'm just kind of trying to make them different sizes. So she used scrap piece of book page as her base. I just took a couple pages out of my glue book and we're going to work with that. And then she had a whole stack of neutral colored paper. Some of this is not neutral. Some of it's not even paper. This is a piece of a ribbon. But neutral colored papers that she layered on top and made into an overall cluster. So let us begin. And Roxy, or Rachel at Roxy Creations, she is all about the torn edges. I personally like the torn edges as well. So this was book page, and it's covered with my version of wormy paper. Um, and it's just the packing paper that comes in the box when I order super worms for um, my bearded dragons. It's paper, and yeah, it gets munched. Gets munched on during shipping. Just kind of going through. Tearing some pages down. Excuse me. Never fails. Like as soon as I start recording, my throat starts to tickling. This is Encyclopedia book page. Go there. And so all you're doing really is you're layering up. You're layering up. I don't know about that piece. my doggy chewed up book pages here. I remember when I found this book out in my yard, I was like, when we talk about having book pages that are, ragged and torn up, that is not what we mean. We don't necessarily mean that, the dog has decided to go out into the garage and pull a book out of a box and, go to town on it. It's too bright there. I may ink that up. I'm not sure. Right now I'm feeling like it's too bright. Seem to be doing browns versus grays right now. So I guess I will just roll with what I've subconsciously been doing. Again, just kind of pulling out the very thin, like you can't even hear this paper tearing. Very thin paper. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. try to get these moved off to the side. I'm going to use these in another project. Move those off to the side. Throws away, put that in the garbage. Okay. Top. How did that go down? So this I'm going to glue so that the ripply edge is on the outside. Ooh, this glue stick's almost empty. And again, this piece is just a base. So again, of trying to avoid like things lining up directly. Given some eye interest as things, given it something, a way to move around and look at, different things and at different levels. Go out a little bit with that one. Okay, so this one, try to get this a little more centered onto my space here. Now, yeah, I'm getting glue on the back. I'm not worried about that. It will dry. So yeah, again, the idea is to create dimension by using different colors of paper, different darknesses, different, just different. Really, really thin paper there. Yeah, I could feel it. I could feel that hair brushing on my arm, and I'm like, I just need to find it. You get those, in my family we call them ghost hairs. I don't know what everybody else calls them, but ones you can feel but you can't see, can't find them on yourself. Sorry, give me just a sec. Like, hey, get my game set to my next spot, my next level. So now you end up with, like you said, you get these neutral bases, and you can mass make these using the scraps that are on your desk, and just stack them. Boom, boom, and you see they store really flat. So you just stack them, store them off into your, whatever you use for storage until such time that you need them. Oh, but need them for what? Need them for what, you may ask? Whatever you would like is the simple answer to that. You could use these just as a regular old cluster. As a decorative, if it's big enough. Put a focal point and just put it in the center of your page, and it'd be a page decoration. You could put it, if your outer edge here is strong enough, you could put it on the edge of your paper like this and just run some glue here, and then you have a tuck. You could go here and here and have an up tuck. You can go here, here, and here and have a side tuck. It's really it honestly is really at your personal discretion how you want to use these. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I thought I made these small enough. I thought I made it small enough that I would be able to put both of them on the page, but it's not looking like so. So I've put glue down the edge here and across the bottom. And I'm going to glue it right here on the corner of the page. Make sure to glue to the page underneath it. And what that does is, again, it creates a little tuck. I'm going to put this down as a pocket. Using my base page as my primary pocket. And I'll show you what I mean. Give me just a sec. Well, you can see where I'm putting the glue here. Rather than coming all the way down here, I'm stopping at my base book page. And that is because while this is thick paper and I'm okay with it and I think it would hold as a pocket, this is thin paper and I think it would tear. So I don't think it would hold the pocket very well, hold as a pocket. But the base page is multiple layers of items. So I'm just gluing that under the flap for the sole purpose of space. In an actual, doing this in a journal, I would not layer them like that necessarily. I mean, it might. getting that glued down. Well, I'm scanning my desk looking for something. Let's see. So you end up with a pocket here. I ended up with a pocket here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a little create a little something to put in there, just a little tag. Okay. So I've created a little pocket there. And then I've also created a little tuck spot that can go right here. And just so they're not plain, let's put some something on there. See, I was hoping these are quite big enough. And I don't want to waste them if they're they're not going to be big enough, you know. Oh my goodness. So another one I got to glue. So I got these off of Temu, and they're not supposed to, I mean, they don't say they don't come apart, but the first one that I had that I got from somebody else doesn't come apart. They don't come apart like this. I also got refunded for this one because, as you can see, it's got a crack on the bottom. Now, if they'd have said, oh, well, you got to send that back. Because sometimes, you know, if you've never ordered from Temu, sometimes when you order stuff, depending on what it is, they tell you that you have to print a shipping label and you have to send it back to them. Now, if they'd have said I needed to send that back to them, I wouldn't have even bothered because it would have cost me more in shipping than it would have that I purchased it. And they probably feel that way too, which is probably why they didn't require me to ship it back to them. So I just got a little refund for $1. I think it was $1.67 or something like that. Just looking for some sort of decoration to put on those, and I don't know if I have anything readily available on my desk. Why not? So I had these out. I was contemplating, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to put flowers on the cover of my mermaid journal. And when if you watch that video, you'll see that I decided against it based upon the colors of flowers that I had. Versus, you know, against the color of the journal and what I had already. Sorry, I'm over in my bling space. What time is it? 3:30. So I got like a half an hour, and then I got to go check on my bread that's rising and see if I can actually put it in the oven yet, so that I have gluten-free bread for dinner. I have all right, that's just given, just to give some sort of decoration on there. And again, that's a tuck spot. This is a pocket. And it's based off using paper scraps to make cluster bases, neutral cluster bases. See if my phone has enough juice to actually take a photo right now. Not with a charger, not with a battery or a flash anyway. There we go. So let's just get my light in there a little better. Okay. And then, so I'm dated. That's week 19 for Roxy's weekly challenge. What I'm going to do is continue that, but I'm going to make some using, so I have some cutoffs from the Mermaid Journal. Not that cardstock. So let's just make some for them to go with that journaling kit. Find a decent base here. This is what I was looking for. Two. So I have this This is from a quilting book. And I've got several pieces of it. It's like the edges of the pages. Very subtle little designs on here. Let's go this way with this one. I'm like, let's try to get stuff a little different going here. That's got glue on it, so we're going to put that aside. So let's use those images on the top. Don't have a lot of this paper. Some book page. I like that. It's like something about the seashore. Oop. Dropped it. Some of this nice caramelized paper. Oh, dang it. As I drop it, and rolled it over with my chair. It's a little too yellow for that. Oops. That stuff mixed in there. Some paper. Don't know what my dog's throwing a fit about. Oh, yeah, I do. And kids are probably walking by, coming home from school. Mm-mm. I do have a video playing. I'm sure you guys, those of you that are listening with earbuds, I'm sure you can hear it because earbuds seem to be able to pick up everything. Every tiny little blip of a sound. Top. Oh, no. Try to do this in the order in which I have envisioned it. Okay, so there's one. Oh, there's 2 pages here. That's what happens when you're working within book page. Sometimes is you don't realize you've got more than 1 page. Most of us are used to like book pages feeling a certain way. So it's like, oh, that is more than 1. Get some back in there. There's 2. glue underneath. Okay. And all over my fingers. So this, because it is like intertwined, I'm going to kind of glue it down, glue it together first. Kind of creates like a single page. Which kind of makes me, when I was silently watching this video, I was like, it's like she's frankenpapering some clusters. And yeah, more or less. Let's see. Oh, do you have any more? I'll put it on the base this time. This is also not single layered. Normally I would pull that, separate it out. I'm going to angle that one. All right. So 4 little scrap clusters to go with the mermaid journal that has been listed on my Etsy shop. And these will be included with that journal. So the buyer can use them or not, decorate however. So thank you so very much for tuning in for week 19 of Roxy's Weekly Challenge. Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't do so on the way in. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. And again, we will talk to you in the next video. Bye.